Well, they are now 11-5 after their victory against Tip. I'm joined right now by Sneaky from Cloud9. Sneaky, you guys feel pretty confident going into that because it's Tip and they seem kind of tilty?
Well, I don't really seem kind of tilty because we did lose to them the first time around, and I don't know. They brought in Seraph the last time, and this time they actually had their full roster with Feng and stuff and Proxen. So we didn't expect it to be an easy match, but we did expect to play our best. And I think we had a good 2 weeks of practice. It helped us open more things, like I guess the Jhin Varus comp we ran today. It really just helped us hone down on what we wanted to play.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about that comp because it's an interesting thing. How did that come about, and how do you feel about it? Is it very versatile or just kind of a gimmicky thing?
I wouldn't say it's a gimmicky thing because it's not much of it's any sort of cheese. We have Gragas jungle, Morgana with Jhin works really well. Just they synergize together, and then Varus also synergizes with all the poke. And I guess Trundles is kind of the same thing. I mean, some of them are interchangeable. You don't have to have that exact comp. That's something that we just practice though. Overall, I guess it's just mainly the Varus Jhin, but I don't know. It's pretty fun to play as the Jhin player.
Yeah.
I like Essence Reaver in that build instead of Infinity Edge Furts, just because of the extra CDR helps me pick more people off with my W and my ulti, which is pretty common when you have Varus on the team because his Q does so much damage, and you just follow up and finish people off. So I like the comp. It's fun to play.
What do you think of Jhin as a whole? Because he seems pretty cool.
I really like him. I've been spamming him since release, as you've seen.
Yeah.
I got a ban on it yesterday, which was kind of sad. I was like, oh, I wanted to play Jhin. And then Rekkles has been playing him every game and winning every game. So I'm like, oh, right after he won all his games in IEM, I went into solo queue. I lost every single Jhin game. I was just like, wow, is this a curse?
Yeah.
Only one player can play Jhin and do well? It was pretty sad. So I'm glad to finally redeem myself, I guess, on him.
It's pronounced Rekkles.
He said he can do it either way.
Really? Because whenever I've talked to him before,
100%. You can say either.
I feel like you're just trolling him.
No. Legit. Right. I asked him, and
when?
Just randomly, at IEMs.
At IEMs?
Yeah.
So multiple IEMs you've asked him.
Yeah, we run into each other all the time.
And then every time you ask him Rekkles or Rekkles, and he's like Rekkles.
He says whichever you want.
Okay.
Legit.
Maybe that's something that you're allowed, but everybody else is allowed Rekkles.
I mean, has he ever come out publicly and said, I want to be called Rekkles or Rekkles?
I mean, he's a polite and humble guy. Maybe he's not going to be so assertive. Maybe he's just secretly frustrated.
There's a similar thing with Uzi where it was call me UZI. Yeah. It's what?
And then apparently he trolled both Frostgren and Kobe, and so then they were both arguing about it or pronouncing it different ways, and constantly it's just a lot of tension there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that one's less open to interpretation.
Yeah.
That one's just Uzi, but Rekkles.
Okay.
I think it's whatever.
Well, we'll figure it out. All right. Do you think Jhin is going to see nerfs?
I don't think we'll see nerfs because he has a lot of vulnerabilities. I mean, you kind of saw some today. I died twice just from Sivir running at me.
Right.
If you have a lot of hard engage, I mean, it's obvious you can catch any sort of immobile AD carry out. I mean, you can play safer as well. He does a ton of damage, and I think it's worthwhile because his E, you've seen people actually just not even level it at all.
Yeah.
I think that's a mistake just because of how much it helps you with, stopping waves from getting in, and just having them around the map slows them and creates potential Ws to root them. I like him, but he has his weaknesses. He does a lot of damage, but he's also easy to be caught out.
I think you guys play Echo Fox and Team Liquid next week, I believe.
Yes, correct.
Thoughts on those games? Because last 2 games before the playoffs begin.
They're both pretty interesting. I think they're both on the edge of playoffs right now. Echo Fox is a pretty good shot at it. I don't know. They're both strong teams, I think. Liquid's looked better. I don't know. Liquid's actually looked really weird all season because when you first came in, you're like, I guess they're probably going to do pretty good this season. Dark looks good, and then they went 0-4 or something.
Right.
I don't know what happened. It was really weird. But I've had mixed feelings about Team Liquid the entire season. I'm sure a lot of the fans have as well. And then Echo Fox, they didn't have the roster for a while. What are they 6-2 with this the roster now?
Yeah.
So both scary. We'll have to prepare really hard for them.
And you were talking a little bit about the Team Liquid sort of story about people thought they were going to be good, then, and also the Echo Fox thing. I feel like Cloud9 has been really interesting because besides like the whole lose with Bunny, win with High thing in the very beginning of the split, you guys have been kind of quietly good. Whereas like, obviously people are like, Immortals, oh my god, they are undefeated. Oh, they lost one game. Oh, they're so good. People are like, CLG, oh my gosh, look at them. They're on this crazy streak. People are like, TSM, like they're supposed to be so good. Why can't they figure it out? They have really good games and then just randomly lose. For everybody, like ever since High just kind of became like the permanent member on the starting lineup, it feels like people just aren't really thinking or talking about Cloud9, and now I'm pretty sure you guys are possibly able to secure the first round bye, correct?
Yeah, we're in close contention for second with CLG. If we win all our games and if they drop one game, we get it if we win all, and then if they don't drop a game from now and we win all of ours, then we get a tiebreaker. So it's really close with them. But yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. I think for the most part, I don't think it matters that much because there is talk about us. I mean, Immortals has like the superstar record, which is pretty impressive. They've only dropped to CLG so far. TSM, you like expected them to do super well, but they just haven't been up to par. I mean, okay, they're like 1-2 wins behind us right now, and you expected more, I guess, from that. You expect like, I don't know, 3 losses in the season or something. So they're still doing fine. It's just their games look odd sometimes, and they just sometimes forget how to close out. So I don't know. We're still there. I don't think we're ever just forgotten about or anything. Yeah. Because I think
there's less discussion, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think we've like grown our fan base a lot. I think we might be close to number 1, besides TSM. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. You're going to come up and beat down CLG for that number 2 fan base spot?
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, historically it's always been like TSM and then CLG and then pretty big. You think that the Cloud9 fan base has always been bigger than CLG? That's not whenever.
For a very long time, yes.
If you're looking at Reddit, the
100%.
The flares are higher for CLG.
Whoa, it's not only flares that count here.
What count? What is your metric, Sneaky?
I'm just looking at everything.
Your Twitter feed?
No, not my Twitter feed. Okay. What? No, just like, I don't know, like everything, I guess. Just if you look at all the social followings, ours like trump CLG's. But I mean, I think it's just happened over time, just us being basically the same roster. I mean, CLG's swapped out a lot of people. Yeah. And then TSM, had the whole revamp where they swapped out 4 players. So I think that stems a lot from that. And it makes sense.
What I will agree with you on is I think at the end of last year I would have put TSM and then CLG and a little bit of a drop and then Cloud9 and then bigger drop and then TL and then literally everybody else. But I do think that Doublelift going to TSM kind of gave TSM a pretty big bump when they needed it because they lost Dyrus and all that stuff. And then CLG obviously have some star players, but they don't really have like the same. Because like the CLG eggs were all in the Doublelift basket, besides maybe like Aframu, it does feel like there's been an opportunity for you guys to rise up, especially once you added Rush and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we overtook them a while ago, personally, but I mean, it's just fan base. It doesn't matter much. It's just interesting to look at.
You think you guys can throw down TSM then?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think if we perform up to par, and I mean, Immortals is really interesting too. Like, I would say they're kind of pulling Cloud9, came out of nowhere, and then come together, do really well, and if they keep it up, then they can be one of the top ones.
Well, I know I've kept you for a long time. This is actually a really interesting conversation because I know a lot of players, or my impression is a lot of players don't tend to think about this stuff, so they're so like laser focused into the game. But is there anything that you would like to say to any of the Cloud9 fans?
Thank you guys for supporting. I love you. We love you, me and Travis.
Yeah, we do. This is Yahoo Esports.